guys! Welcome back to more Cinderella Phenomenon. I'm so excited. We're starting Waltz's path today, and I am so hype. So, without further ado, let's get cracking. Oh my god, look at us back here again for the last time. I'm actually not sure how to feel about this being the last time we're here at the very beginning. So, you know, I know what the option I need to pick is, so let's do Waltz. We're gonna get to see Mr. Broom again. Oh my god, Mr. Broom! He was just here earlier. Maybe he went back inside. Oh my! What's all this then? I stop and stare at the small orbs of light floating around the room. What is going on?
No, this isn't it.
Oh, hello, Waltz. I watch in awe as Waltz snaps his fingers and all the orbs disappear with a pop.
Oh, Princess!
What are you doing?
Practicing my next magic trick. I still haven't perfected it.
How come you are able to use magic? Are you a witch? A fairy? Ooh, is she gonna learn this early on? I'm excited.
A good magician never reveals his secrets.
Right.
Do you need anything?
I take a deep breath. Can you teach me about goodness?
Huh?
Why do you look so surprised?
Well, it's just that I didn't think you'd come to me for help.
Well, if you don't want to...
No, that's not it at all. I'm happy you asked me. What would you like to know about goodness?
How do you do a good deed?
That is a very broad question. I don't think I can give you a specific example.
Then how do I do good?
The easiest way to do good is to make someone happy.
This is gonna kill my voice, I can already tell. Woo! So a good deed would involve making someone happy. How do I do that? I stare in horror at the floor. Here we go. Oh my god, I'm so excited. Gravel and sand are embedded between the floorboards. The wood beneath my feet is covered in a thick muck. Oh, who's that? Who's that? Oh no. Hey, look at you. Stop.
I never thought I'd see this. The princess is actually sweeping.
I'd say it's more like the broom is sweeping and the princess is just along for the ride. Lady Parfait, your orders have arrived. Where should I put them? Oh, Jurian and Garland and Parfait. Oh my god. Breaks my heart seeing you guys here. In a good way. Like, thank God you're here and alive and safe.
At the back, please. Thank you.
I stare at Garland as he begins to move. You! You are dirtying the floor. Sorry. It's okay, you can forgive him after what he went through last path. Let him have this. Garland dashes across the floor with long steps in an attempt to leave as few footprints as possible. This was Delora's doing, wasn't it?
Is it obvious?
This has a witch having fun written all over it. Okay, all right. I need water.
Wow, completely spotless.
You are the worst. Oh, he's crying.
Don't be mad at the broom, princess. It is only trying to help.
It is doing nothing but making my life miserable. Lady Parfait, I must speak with you. I bet I do a different voice for this witch every time, because I never pay attention to what I'm doing. I look up at the witch that has just arrived. She's a regular at the Marchen, and according to Parfait and Delora, a good witch. She orders tea here from time to time. She has mud on her shoes. Why is she glaring at me like that?
I believe it's because of your shoes, dear.
I have just cleaned the floor. Oh, I'm sorry. I will clean up after myself right away. It's not your job. That's my job. Good. The princess is something else. I've never seen a witch so frightened of someone before. Yeah. The witch hurriedly cleans up the tracks she'd made coming in before going to speak with Parfait. Even though Parfait says that Delora and this witch is good, I do not trust her judgment. Especially not when she considers Delora, who ruined my life, a good person. I put the broom back in its resting place before double-checking my work. Now that I'm done, I can continue to work on breaking my curse. Whom should I ask for help today? Obviously, we are picking Waltz. I find Waltz sitting in the corner of the tavern reading a book. You didn't strike me as the kind of person that would read books. What kind of person? Like, is there a specific type?
I'm gonna take that as a compliment. Though to be honest, I wouldn't be reading this if I wasn't preparing for one of my shows.
Shows?
I don't just do magic shows. I perform puppet shows as well. I have to be familiar with several bedtime stories for those. You should come with me sometime. The children are always so happy at the shows. You might get one of your good deeds helping out.
I have never been around children for extended amounts of time. Oh my.
You've got to be patient too. Children can be difficult to handle.
You speak as though you aren't a child yourself.
That's because I'm not a child.
Walt hates it when he's treated like a child. Especially when Karma teases him about it. Aww.
Besides, patience isn't just for children. It's necessary in a lot of situations. I would guess that you might need to work on that.
Excuse me? Walt shrugs and with an awkward smile returns to his book. Oh my. A month has passed and I have yet to complete even one good deed. Not for any lack of trying, though. I've been asking around for advice on how to be a good person and received various answers. Oh, here we go. It's April's test.
What makes someone good? I'd say being selfless. I think it's important you consider another person's feelings.
Patience. The ability to soothe even the most broken of hearts. Forget I asked. Bravery. Loyalty. Oh. You must be beautiful both on the inside and out. Right. Okay. Must I be all of those things in order to be good? According to Parfait, I cannot just pretend. It has to come from my heart. I place my hand on my chest and consider the steady pulse of my heartbeat. That will not be easy. I close my eyes, thinking of all the possible ways I might be able to break my curse, but in the end, my mind is blank. Mother, what am I supposed to do? A dream? Your personal feelings are nothing but a weakness for others to exploit. That is why you do not show them. You only show them that you are strong.
Yes, Mother.
You must not let false kindness deceive you. People will use niceties to trick you into exploiting your weak emotions. But you can trust me, April. I will never hurt you. I will never lie to you. I am all you need. I love you, April.
I love you too, Mother.
Oh, no. Oh, even just reading that after Last Path makes me... like I feel gross. How are these lessons of yours going? I hope you're not giving anyone a difficult time. I am the only one having a difficult time.
Have you tried pairing up with someone?
Pairing up?
Some of the people in the tavern pair up to assist each other. 2 heads are better than 1, as they say.
It's not a bad idea, but the problem is with her. Who's gonna volunteer to pair up with the Ice Princess? Oh, my character development. God! She has a point. People may not glare at me anymore, but it does not escape me that I'm still disliked.
Most of the boarders at the Marchen volunteered to help her, remember? And I haven't heard any of them retract their offers.
It's only a matter of time.
Oh. Stop it, Delora. It's your choice, Princess. Pairing up is only a suggestion.
Time to pair up with, pairing up with Waltz. Ooh! Would pairing up with someone really help me break my curse? What if they end up being an annoyance instead? Like Rumple?
Princess? Excuse me, Princess? Oh, I'm sorry for disturbing you, but you've just been staring at your tray and the customer is waiting for his order.
course. Delora has me helping a niece today. The Marchen is unexpectedly busy and they cannot keep up with all the customers. Stop daydreaming, April. Food doesn't deliver itself. I do not need you to tell me that. Oh, Delora, I love you. Don't get hurt this time. I stretch out on my bed. The stiff mattress does little to soothe my aching muscles. I was on my feet the entire day, struggling to keep up with the steady stream of people that came into the Marchen. I have never seen the Marchen this busy. I roll onto my stomach and bury my face into my pillow. My arms and leg protest the movement. I refuse to live this type of life much longer. I need to break this curse as soon as possible. Why don't you pair up with someone? Pairing up might not be such a bad idea. Okay. Well, I already know who I want to pair up with. Here we go! The grand choice. I have everyone to choose from. Oh, Karma, Fritz, Waltz, Rumple, Rod. Oh, it's interesting how all their eyes are so different. Green, yellow, red, purple, teal. They're gorgeous. Well, here we go, guys. Time to start Waltz's path. I'm so excited. Chapter 3, Peter Pan. I decide that I cannot waste any more time. The next day, I search for Waltz as soon as the broom stops dragging me around. I swear, he was just here a while ago. Anise, have you seen Waltz?
Oh, I just saw him walk back inside.
All right. Oh, the meeting of the minds. I find him talking with Parfait and Delora in the reception area. All of them are speaking in solemn whispers. As soon as Parfait and Delora notice me, they break off their conversation with Waltz. Both the witch and the fairy step away from Waltz.
Excuse us, Princess.
I watch curiously as Delora and Parfait leave the room without another word to me. What were they talking about? Waltz turns in my direction and smiles.
Morning, Princess.
I turn toward Waltz and watch as he begins to put some puppets on the table into a box. Oh my god. April, learn how to talk. Are these toys yours?
These? Oh, they're for a show I'm doing later. I wouldn't be playing with these things at my age.
You look 12. I do not see how that is too old to be playing with dolls. Yeah, Princess, you play with dolls all the time. Don't give him crap.
I told you before, didn't I? I have the Neverland curse.
He never explained what his curse was.
I'm actually older than you are.
I find that hard to believe.
You don't know the story of Peter Pan, do you?
No, I don't think I do. It is not my fault that Mother had all the fairy tales removed from the palace. When I do not answer, Waltz only sighs and gives me a small smile.
I'll assume that's a yes. Peter Pan is a boy who lives in Neverland. It's a place where no one ever grows up. I'm stuck in a child's body as a result of my curse. I won't revert to my real form until my curse is broken.
Then how old are you really?
I'm 22 this year.
What? Yeah, actually he's a fair amount older than me. 4 years. Princess isn't quite 18. I can only stare in shock at Waltz's childish appearance. It is hard to believe that he is actually older than I am.
I've never liked being treated as a child. That's never changed. Even when I was a child, I didn't like it. But let me assure you that it is much more annoying being treated like a child by someone who's younger than you.
Waltz straightens with the box in his arms.
Now, if my princess will excuse me.
He turns to leave. Where are you going?
I have a show to do today.
Waltz just does so many puppet and magic shows. How will he help me break my curse if he's never around? I'll go with you.
Oh. What?
I might accomplish a good deed if I come to one of your shows. It's a good deed just with my presence.
It's true, but...
Waltz sighs.
I'm not sure if it's a good idea. There are bad witches out there.
Oh? There's an evil witch right here in the Marchen, but no one is protecting me from her.
Are you talking about Delora?
Who else would I be referring to? Waltz stares at me for a long moment, eyes thoughtful. he sets the box down on the table again.
Don't go anywhere. I'll ask Lady Parfait first.
He leaves the room. I lean over the box on the table and see a pile of carefully detailed puppets. Everything looks handmade. I used to sew my own puppets before Mother found out and forbade me from making them. She told me that sewing was not something a crown princess should do.
Interested?
Waltz's footsteps are so soft that I do not even notice that he has returned to the room until I see him standing before me. I step away from the box. How does he move so quietly?
Permission granted. Come on, the show starts in an hour.
All right, let's go. Into town. Do, 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 do. I watch as Waltz sets up a small booth on the street where I'd first seen him with Emmeline. Back then, I never thought I would see him again.
It's nice to see you actively trying to break your curse.
I shrug. I'm not convinced that this will work, but Parfait said that if I partnered up with someone, I might be able to break my curse faster.
So you chose to partner with me?
His tone of voice startles me. He sounds both happy and sad. Was he lying when he said he wanted to help me? That everyone in the Marchen was willing to help me? Would you rather I pick someone else?
No!
Oh, I jump at his sudden reaction. Waltz awkwardly clears his voice.
No, I'll do everything I can to help you.
Waltz heads for the back of the booth. I begin to follow him, but am forced to stop when he holds out his hand.
You haven't had enough training to be my personal assistant yet, Princess.
What? I stare at him, puzzled. I never said I wanted to be your personal assistant. And training? Why would one need training to assist with a children's show?
You might just be able to snag a good deed if you agree to become my assistant, you know.
Oh yeah, a good deed. There is a teasing twinkle in Waltz's eyes as he waves me off.
But until you're ready, you should stay with the children and just watch the show. I think you'll enjoy this story. I recommend getting a place up front. You'll be able to see all the action that way.
Okay. When I do not move, Waltz sighs and smiles at me.
I promise the children won't bite you unless you bite them first.
Fine.
That's my star.
Oh, star. Oh my god. Okay, I'll take it. He disappears around the back, leaving me alone. In no time at all, people begin to gather. Soon there is an impressive audience around Waltz's small booth. I look at the group of children that are clustered as close as possible to the front. They're all clearly excited for the show to start. I used to do puppet shows with my dolls, too. I felt less alone when I pretended my dolls could talk. And I'm still alone. Nothing has changed. I sigh as I sidestep to allow someone else to stand beside me. I'm surprised to see that person is an adult. I look out at the gathering crowd of people and find that there is an almost equal ratio of children and adults. Why would adults be at something as childish as a puppet show? Ask the people who go see Punch and Judy shows. That's or Avenue Q. Avenue Q.
Hello, everyone.
An excited silence falls over the area as Waltz's voice rises above the crowd.
I, Waltz, am here once again to share another story with you. I hope you enjoy the show. Once upon a time, there was a village whose people were always happy. But one day, an evil witch found the village. The evil witch carried darkness deep in her heart. She was jealous of the townsfolk who were filled with so much light and happiness. If I cannot be happy, the evil witch said, then no one can be happy.
How overly dramatic. I almost jump when I feel a tug on my dress. I look down to see a little boy pulling at the hem of my skirt through his eyes, though his eyes remain focused on the puppets.
I don't like her. That witch, he's bad.
His grip on my skirt tightens. He is wrinkling my dress. Okay, this is one of those times where I feel like she's telegraphing what she wants me to do, but I'm not sure if that's what the game wants me to do. I feel like what she wants to do is remove his hand. But I know the right thing would probably be to leave him alone. I'm going to take a chance, I think, and I'm going to remove his hand because I feel like this early in her character development, that's the right thing to do, maybe? Anyway, normally I find that if they telegraph what the princess wants to do, it's the right thing. So I'm going to try that. I reach down to pry the boy's hand off my skirt, but the boy moves faster than me. The moment I pull his hand away, he quickly refastens his grip, this time around my hand. Okay, maybe this was the wrong choice. I apologize. Ugh. Hey! The boy does not move his hand. In fact, his hold only tightens, so much so that I find it impossible to pull my hand away. There's no way I can make him let go without causing a scene. Now I'm going to be stuck holding the hand of a little boy I do not know until the end of the show. Oh, poor princess. How did this happen?
Darkness spread over the village.
Yeah, definitely wrong choice. So, whoopsie-doodle.
Darkness spread over the village. The people began to suffer. They forgot what happiness is like.
He must be talking about my mom, because this is definitely my mom's music.
One villager decided to leave and find a good witch that would help save everyone from the evil witch. This villager knew it would be very dangerous, for if he were discovered, the evil witch would certainly kill him and his family. But the man knew he had to try if he ever wanted to see the other villagers smile again. Many days later, the man finally returned with the good witch, whose heart was filled with light, as the evil witch's was filled with darkness. The good witch, unable to bear the sight of the villagers' suffering, decided to help them. She cast this powerful spell that would send the evil witch away and save the village at the cost of her own life. Once the spell was cast, the darkness disappeared from the village. To this day, the people of the village are said to carry the good witch's light within them, and everyone lived happily ever after.
Yay! Good job, Waltz.
Aren't all witches evil? That's simply not true. I've met a good witch, one with a heart more light and loving than any fairies.
More of the children began to ask questions. I sigh, unable to do anything except wait while Waltz is bombarded with questions. Okay, princess, calm down.
Thank you.
The boy that took my hand gives it one last squeeze before running off to join his friends. Okay. What did he thank me for? Once the audience finally leaves, Waltz comes out from behind the booth and smiles at me.
The show was a success.
Ooh.
Princess?
There was a boy. He thanked me even though I did nothing for him.
The little boy who was with you? But you did do something. You held his hand.
I did not want to.
I realized that when I saw the annoyed look on your face. It would have been good of you to do it if you'd meant to calm him down.
What?
That boy was really frightened by the evil witch in the show. Oh!
I did not think I was going to get that. They waited quite a long time for that one.
He thanked you because you held his hand and stayed with him when he was scared. Sometimes just having someone beside you when you're afraid is enough.
Having someone beside you. I think back on all the times I felt scared. Mother always told me to hide my fear and to never cry because it made me appear weak. I could never ask for her help, and the king was never there for me. Every time I was afraid, I was always alone. I shake off the memories and realize that Waltz is asking me a question.
What did you think of the show?
It was short and simple.
That's it? I created that entire show, you know. Story, characters, everything.
It could have been better. This princess, I always forget how rough you are before your character development hits.
You wound me.
I have nothing more to say, and Waltz seems disheartened by my silence. Oh, princess.
You always complimented my stories, even when they were silly.
Waltz telling me stories? I do not recall such a thing. He makes it sound as if we've known each other for a long time. Oh! I can ask him for clarification, he changes the topic.
Do you mind accompanying me to the toy shop before we head back?
Do I have a choice? Waltz's lips quirk with a smile as he picks up his materials.
You might have fun, Princess. Come on.
Oh my god. Wait, is this the one I know? Oh, yes! This is the shop I went to before I was cursed.
Feel free to look around, Princess. I won't be too long.
I nod at him before walking over to the doll display. The dolls here are actually beautiful. They look the exact same as the dolls in your room, actually. I can pick out some of the princesses that the Disney princesses that I spotted in your room. Like there's Cinderella, Tiana, maybe Belle. But with the gold I have left, I wouldn't be able to afford even one. I miss my dolls.
Papa, I want that one.
The sound of a little girl's voice draws my attention. I look around the store before spotting a little girl pointing at a big teddy bear. She looks expectantly at the man beside her. This must be her father. The man shakes his head, his eyes filled with regret. We can't afford that one, dear. Could you choose something else? The girl looks like she is on the verge of bawling. I back away, fearing that the child might throw a tantrum. Instead, she rubs at her eyes before looking up at her father with a slow smile.
I understand.
The man smiles and pats her head. Thank you for understanding, sweetheart. You're being so grown up.
I only need you and Mama to be happy. I love you, Papa.
I love you too. The king has never once told me that he loved me. He must be better off without me. Poor princess. Do I even belong in the palace anymore?
Papa, look, the king!
Oh no. Oh my. That's concerning. The moment I hear her say his title, I quickly rush from the toy shop. Hail the king! Long live the king! Hail King Gennaro! He is the first one I see, mounted on his favorite white stallion as he waves at everyone. I spot Ophelia, Rod, and Emmeline with him, mimicking his motions. The king used to invite me to join him before, but I always declined. He always went out alone. Once a month, the king sets out to check on the conditions of the kingdom in person. It is his way of bonding with the townsfolk. The Order of Caldera trails behind the royal family, with Sir Alcaster at the head, but there is one particular person that is missing. It is strange that Fritz isn't here. Yeah, where is Fritz? He must be going through some interesting things with Varg. The parade is an impressive sight. The crowds lining the streets become denser with each passing second. I weave around the mess of people in an attempt to get closer to the king. Thank you, everyone. He is smiling. A true smile. I have never seen him smile like that at me. A heaviness begins to weigh down my heart. Suddenly it becomes harder to breathe. Please look this way. Please look at me. The king is looking happier these days, isn't he? Oh. I don't think I've ever seen him so joyful. Stab me in the heart, why don't you? It must be his family. Happier. All I want is for the king to look at me, to see me. But he does not so much as glance my way once. I stare at the ground with bleary eyes. He's happy without me. Oh. I return to the toy shop with a heavy heart. The little girl from earlier is standing with her father by the door. He ruffles her hair before holding his hand out to her with a smile. She takes it with a giggle, and the two walk off together. A hot ache sings through my blood as I watch them leave. Is this jealousy? I reach up and clutch at my chest. My heartbeats feel painful. This is a terrible feeling.
Princess? April?
Oh. I stare at Waltz, temporarily stunned by the fact that he called me by my name and not my title.
Are you okay?
Despite myself, I find my eyes drawn back to the little girl and her father as they stand just outside the door to the toy shop.
Princess?
Oh, God. I don't know, guys. Okay, so my initial thought in terms of character development is she would probably just brush him off and say, I am fine. I want to say I am not okay because I want her to confide in him, but I don't think she's going to at this early stage. So I'm going to try I'm fine. It might be wrong. I don't know. I always feel uncomfortable with these first few choices because I'm like, I don't know the path well enough yet. So I'm going to try I'm fine.
You don't look fine to me at all.
Out of the corner of my eye, I see the little girl and her father as they disappear into the crowd outside the toy shop. I am.
You still act tough, even though you're hurting inside.
I am not.
Here.
Oh, a handkerchief. What is this for?
In case you suddenly feel like crying.
I am not going to cry. I am not that weak. Waltz frowns when I do not take the handkerchief from him. He puts it back into his pocket with a shake of his head. Oh, okay. Oh! that first okay was, okay, this is wrong. And then the little jewel showed up.
Crying does not make you weak, princess.
I'm doing pretty good right now. I feel like I usually make a couple wrong choices at the beginning before I find my groove. So fingers crossed I can keep this going. Waltz's gaze moves to the set of teddy bears displayed on one of the shelves. He is quiet for a few moments before he speaks.
He's affected by the curse.
What?
The king. He can't remember you because of the curse. That doesn't mean he never cared about you. That's the reason you look so down, right? I was looking outside. I saw the way you looked at him.
Doesn't he know that it's rude to stare? Oh, and how did I look?
Hurt.
I turn away before Waltz can see the frustration on my face.
He loves you, you know. More than you'll ever know.
And how would you know that? You don't know him at all.
Everyone has their own ways of expressing their love. I'm sure he has his own ways.
By not being there when I needed him? He has never acted like a father to me.
Princess.
Don't pretend to know what my life at the palace was like, Waltz. This conversation is over. Let us return to the march-in. Oh, princess.
Look what I drew.
April, you know you're not meant to be in here.
But I drew this picture of us. See? That is Mother and me. And you were holding Mother's hand.
Go play somewhere else, April. I'm busy.
But you're always busy, Father. I just want to...
Go to your mother. I'm sure she's looking for you.
Okay.
Aw, he was so mean to me. I am vaguely aware of moonlight in my room when I sit up in my bed, heart beating painfully fast. What was I dreaming about? It felt like I was dreaming about the king, but why now? A few days have already passed since I saw him. I fall back onto the bed. I close my eyes and once again attempt sleep, but it hovers stubbornly out of my reach. Ugh! What was that? Who could be making that noise at this time of night? I step out of my bed and head outside to investigate. There's no one here. The sound. It's coming from the tavern. Oh, I'm checking. I don't care if this is wrong or not. I'm checking. Obviously, I'm checking. I slowly turn the knob and open the door. Hello? Mr. Broom! The broom begins to hop toward me. Ugh! I begin to back away. It is the middle of the night. There's no way I'm going to sweep now. But the broom just hops past to cower behind me. Oh no.
That's some broom you got there.
Waltz, what are you doing here?
I couldn't sleep, so I decided to continue working on some of my puppets. But I accidentally stepped on the broom and it went berserk.
Oh, poor Mr. Broom. I turn around and grab Mr. Broom, leaning it against its designated spot on the wall.
But why are you here?
I heard a sound. Oh, good. Well, I knew that was going to be right. You can get a choice between check and don't check. You gotta check.
As curious as always. That's gonna get you in trouble, you know.
I don't need to be lectured by you.
I apologize for waking you up. You should go back to sleep.
I would not be here if I could sleep. I may as well stay for a while.
If that's what you want.
Waltz turns back to his puppets on the table. He leans down over the puppets, checking their seams.
Since you're here, I think you can help me.
Help you? Oh, look at the little puppet.
What do you think of my newest puppet?
I look at Waltz with surprise. With his eyes so wide and his lower lip jutting out, he looks almost like a puppy begging for a treat. Is he expecting a compliment on the puppet? Well, I look closely at the puppet's eyes. It looks evil?
Really? I'm glad to hear that. It's gonna be the villain in my next show. Thank you for the help, Princess. I'm glad that my mentor approves.
Mentor? Waltz doesn't answer. That's it.
Indeed.
I only offered an opinion, but he looks so happy. What a weird person. Oh my god, how dare! Waltz resumes his sewing in silence. He's very talented to be able to sew such a complicated animal. He has probably been doing this for a long time to be so skilled. Possibly even longer than I expect, considering the nature of his curse.
You look like you've got something on your mind, Princess.
Well, you've never actually told me how to break your curse.
I guess I haven't.
Waltz clears his throat as he goes back to his sewing.
I need to find Tinkerbell and Neverland. Oh, right. You don't know the story.
Mother burned all the fairy tale books in the palace before I could read most of them, and nobody would tell me any of the stories. Mother always forbid me from talking about them.
Peter Pan is the story of a boy who never grows up. He's accompanied by a fairy friend named Tinkerbell, and the two of them live together in Neverland.
Okay.
Well, in my case, Tinkerbell is a key that can open Neverland. Neverland is a box, a family heirloom. My shadow is being kept in Neverland. That shadow is my magic. Once I get it back, my curse will break.
Magic?
I'm a witch, Princess.
What? He says it so nonchalantly, like stating what his job is. He and Delora are the same? I have seen Waltz conjure flowers from thin air before, but I never associated that with the type of magic that witches do. You're a witch. A cursed witch. How is that possible?
Oh, only the Tenebrarum bearer has the ability to curse another witch. It's why I can only do simple magic nowadays. If I ever want to cast proper spells again, I'm going to need to find Tinkerbell in Neverland.
You don't know where Tinkerbell and Neverland are?
No, I don't.
Does that mean you're stuck in this form forever? Oh.
How about a story?
I feel annoyance begin to simmer inside of me. Why do you do that? You changed the subject to purposefully avoid answering me.
No, that's not it, Princess. I'm trying to explain, and I think a story is the best way for me to do that.
I am silent as Waltz reaches into his box of puppets. He pulls out two of them, then motions for me to sit in front of him. He holds out a puppet to me, and I can tell that he intends for me to wear it on my hand. Okay, my feelings on the subject must show on my face, but Waltz is resolute.
Please?
I do not know what this will achieve. But maybe this way I'll finally get some answers. Fine. Aww, look at him. Waltz takes a deep breath.
Once upon a time, there lived a princess who was always alone. She spent most of her time inside her room, as her mother, the queen, forbade her from going out. The princess's only company were her dolls. But the princess so badly wanted friends that she would always sneak out of the palace to play with the children who lived in town.
It's as if he's narrating my childhood. How do you... But Waltz continues speaking, as if he does not hear me.
One day, the princess met a boy. The boy was a few years older than her, and he was the queen's faithful servant. The boy could see how lonely the princess was, and his heart ached for her. They became friends. Every day, he would sneak into her room and would play with her. They spent 2 years like that, until the queen found out. The boy was sent away, and he never saw the princess again. Until a short while ago.
I stumble back and the puppet slides off my hand as I stare at Waltz, my mind whirling.
We've known each other for a long time, Princess.
This cannot be true, and he sat on this whole time in all of my other playthroughs. Waltz looks at me again, his expression full of melancholy. I always see that look. He wears it even when he is happy. He seems to carry that sadness with him wherever he goes.
We were friends.
I never had any friends. I would have remembered.
That's what you remembered. Your memories have holes in them. Gaps you can't explain.
How do you know that?
'Cause I was there when the Queen ordered that some of your memories be erased.
Mother? But why? I don't believe you. I don't believe any of this.
I didn't expect you to believe me.
Why is he looking at me like that? He looks like he is in pain, but he cannot be telling the truth. I stand up straight, my hands clenched into fists. I am going back to my room. I almost run from the tavern area. Waltz does not try to follow me. Oh. Waltz's words loop persistently in my mind.
We were friends.
I sit on one of the chairs in the reception area trying to put my thoughts in order. There is no way that he was my friend. Oh, what's this? What a delight to run to the princess at this hour, though I must ask, why are you still awake, darling? I jump at the sound of Karma's voice. I turn to look at him. Karma frowns at the expression on my face. You look like you've seen a ghost. I can only stare at him in response. Oh my, is my beauty so captivating that you find yourself at a loss for words? No, I was just thinking about how beautiful I am. His ego knows no bounds. I roll my eyes and change the subject. What are you doing up this late? A nighttime stroll. I found myself filled with ennui. Right. I will go and retire for the night now. Have a good sleep. It'll be another long day tomorrow. You do not have to remind me. You still have a ways to go before you get used to the commoner's lifestyle. I certainly struggled with it. Karma barely works. I only ever see him slack off. But wait, are you a noble Karma? Oh, am I gonna find out this in this playthrough? Perhaps. 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 This is going nowhere. The tavern is full of secretive people. I wonder if this lifestyle has anything to do with his curse. Well, I am not planning on getting used to the commoner lifestyle. I will break my curse as soon as possible. Seems like we both have a long way to go before that happens, Princess. Aww. Ooh, here we go.
We don't want to play with you anymore. But why? We were friends, are we not? Friends? Who said that? You did. We were friends until you stopped sharing your toys. But that is because you still haven't... What? You haven't returned the toys I gave you. Return them? You gave them to us. No, I did not. Let's go play with our real friends. Yeah, our real friends aren't selfish. Aw, but they stole my toys.
I warned you, dearest one. Didn't I tell you? People will only hurt you in the end. That's why I forbade you from playing with those children. I only ever want what's best for you.
I'm sorry, Mother. I'm so sorry.
Hush now, dearest one. Mother won't let anyone hurt you anymore. Oof. And here's where we're stopping for today. I can already tell I'm going to be so hyped for this playthrough. All of this history between me and Waltz. I feel like I'm learning so much more in this playthrough earlier than I have before. I mean, maybe not. Maybe I'm making that up because it's the last one. But man, I'm so excited. Ooh, I can't wait for the next one. So I'll see you all next time. Bye!